Hello, people. Uh, I did finish another book. I really had to force myself to finish this. I don't know. I'm on kind of a roll here. I haven't stopped in the middle of a book for like the last 6 books. I probably got 20 of them sitting in there that are half finished. This is called The Great Cat Massacre and Other Episodes in French Cultural History. It's by Robert Darnton. And I didn't mark any pages in this. I'm just going to go through, the chapters here. It's not a great book. This guy even took the subject of the book and, turned it into something more than it needed to be. Peasants Tell Tales. This was pretty cool. It was about folk tales. And I guess I had no idea that there was an entire branch of anthropology that just studies folk tales, and that there's so many of them that they gotta number them like type 301, which means there's more than one of the 301s. I even saw like type 371B. And a lot of the stories, I guess I just didn't realize have been around for 1,000 years. Little Red Riding Hood, Puss in Boots, Cinderella, Snow White, all that stuff that I guess I thought Walt Disney authored. Those are all very old folk tales. The Workers' Revolt, The Great Cat Massacre. Some idiots, I guess, were so mistreated by their boss that when the boss asked them to get rid of all the cats in the building, they killed them all. And then the rest of that chapter kind of got into how people. This all takes place in the 1700s, in the 18th century. Kind of got into how people treated animals, and I guess one of the bizarre things about that chapter was houses that were built brand new in the 1700s, in France anyway. If you tore them apart, you're going to find a cat skeleton in the wall, because they would wall up a cat live. They thought it was good luck. Police inspector sorts his files. This was just about a police inspector in some town that wrote down everything about everybody. Philosophers trim the tree of knowledge. This is where the book kind of got into French authors in the 1700s. And since I didn't really know anything about that, and the book is not written for people that don't know anything about it, this book started to lose me at that point. I really had to force myself to continue. At one point, I was lucky to read 4 pages, and then I would go do something else. I guess the only French author that I was aware of from the 1700s would have been Voltaire, and I was only familiar with his name because I've got a couple of biographies of Frederick the Great, and Frederick the Great had this big correspondence thing going on with Voltaire, and they even stayed together for a little while. The last one, readers respond to Rousseau. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It was again about French authors, and this guy Rousseau that writes some kind of a novel. It sounds like it was a big long thing, like a 7-volume novel, but everybody loved it, and I'm telling you, in this chapter, there would be one paragraph with 8 authors' names in it and how they related to each other, and I really just barely got it through it. It was only 263 pages, and I bet you this thing took me 8 days to read. So that's it. I'm going up to the cabin tomorrow. I got a whole bunch of shit in the truck already. I'm taking probably 2 books, because I think I'm going to be there for as long as a week. And one of them I've already started. I read the introduction. My daughter bought me a book, and I'm sure I'll finish that one. Whether I'll finish 2 books or not, I don't know. But that's it. Thanks.